Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look at what's happening in our city with the most interesting stories from Broadway to Bradford. I'm Lindsay Paris, and have you ever wondered about the secret language of flowers? It's a thing. So we are going undercover at ANGELO the Florists just in time for Valentine's Day. We'll also be visiting Crystal Lake to hear about the conservation initiative happening there, spearheaded by Essex County Greenbelt and the City Water Department. But first, there is a very special shop in Lafayette Square where you can do good for the community and score some bargains at the same time. Sounds good to me. RUTH'S HOUSE is a nonprofit organization that operates a high-end thrift store and also provides free clothing and services to Merrimack Valley residents in need. The store was bustling when I stopped by RUTH'S HOUSE on a recent morning to find out more. Do you love to shop and love helping your community? There's a unique thrift shop here in Lafayette Square called RUTH'S HOUSE where you can go and do both. Let's go inside and check it out.
RUTH'S HOUSE is a nonprofit, a small nonprofit in Haverhill, Mass. that serves individuals and families that need clothing and resources in the Merrimack Valley. We are also a thrift store, and the purpose of the thrift store is to help us raise funds to put into our clothing program.
The thrift store allows us to assist families in need by providing free clothing. Basically, it's anybody who is economically challenged gets 10 articles of clothing, and it's 10 articles for them and also 10 articles for every single member in their household. So everything on the store floor is donated, and people are allowed to shop for what they want. People who can't afford $5 or $2 will purchase the clothes, and for anybody who's economically challenged, they get it for free. And they also get for free underwear and socks. And store sales contribute to purchasing underwear and socks.
So we have all types of donations that come in: clothing, household goods, kitchen appliances, small pieces of furniture. We have a whole bookstore section.
And there's no telling what we're going to get. So one time we had Limoges china, entire racks of new and unused clothing.
Now, did you shop here before you came to work here?
I didn't.
No?
So I literally passed by this place like my whole 20 years of living in Haverhill, and I never knew that you could come in here and shop because I love fashion. So right when I started volunteering here, I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't stopped shopping here since.
We get the same labels you see in malls. You name it, I see it every day. And again, some of them come with the actual price tags. We have a whole system where we check them out first before they hit the store. We look at each piece of clothing individually, and one of the lines and training items that we use with our people is we look at the clothing and we say, would you wear this, or would you gift it to a close friend, or would you give it to your mother as a birthday present? So what that all means is the items that end up on the floor are really top-notch items. And the majority of our items go for $2, or the really high-end stuff go for $5.
A lot of people will donate and never come in the store. And in effect, shopping here is a form of donation because that cash helps support our mission. And this is about the only place I shop.
I started here at RUTH'S HOUSE after I retired from working at the hospital, and came here and have just really loved the social interaction, the mission. One of the things I love is if I see people on the floor that are shopping or are getting some of the clothes that they're able to get here at RUTH'S HOUSE, to help them find what they need, or tell them, oh, I just brought these things out, you might like this, or let me check in the back for something that maybe you didn't see.
I enjoy coming here. I enjoy seeing the people going out with what they needed, and seeing them being helped, and seeing how grateful they are. The people that volunteer here are also really nice. Everybody's so kind, and it's just a really nice environment.
See, we're a team.
Right, you're a team.
We're a team. I started volunteering,
Yeah.
and then they hired me.
Yeah.
And Dorothy came at the same time as a volunteer, and we just happened to click. You know, we laugh, We get along good. We do the domestics. We call ourselves the domestic goddesses. The sheets and towels and blankets and anything like the soft things. We take them in, we inspect everything, make sure everything is clean, not ripped, and then we wrap it up and price it and try to make the prices low. So we have a good time. Yeah.
Ruth's House is not necessarily a forever home for staff or for volunteers, that we like to use this as a stepping stone to full-time job placement, to careers, and we do have a couple of volunteers and staff members who've moved on to what one woman called her dream job. She got her work clothes from here, she got her interview clothes from here, got a letter of recommendation from here. A couple of our clients are no longer clients, they're customers. So we have people who are moving off of some of the subsidy programs, for example, food stamps or rental assistance or fuel assistance, because they're becoming more economically independent.
I think we all need to be reminded that our life can change in, seconds sometimes. And what I like about working here is that I feel that, we're all in the same level playing field. This person that walked in today needs help. They may not need help 3 months from now, but I consider myself part of that could happen to me. And I would like the same welcome and the greeting if I have to ask for that type of thing. If I need a set of clothes, I like to know that there's a place to go.
This is such a fun place to visit with their amazing and friendly staff. Ruth's House is located at 111 Lafayette Square. The organization is open to the public Tuesday through Saturday, or you can call to learn more about their services at 978-521-5575. The annual Day of Romance is upon us. You may be planning to send flowers to your Valentine, but did you know that there may actually be a hidden message in your bouquet? If you want to convey just the right sentiment, we've got you covered here at the Haverhill Journal with the help of Angelo the florist. We've decoded a few floral messages just in time for Valentine's Day. The language of flowers, or floriography, has been popular for hundreds of years. And maybe you didn't realize that there are secret meanings behind the flowers you send to people. What a fun way to send a message to your loved ones, or not so loved ones, depending on the flowers you send them. So I came to the city's floral expert, Patrick West of Angelo the Florist. Patrick, this time of year, Valentine's Day, must be crazy busy for you.
Valentine's Day is a busy day. The whole weekend will be busy. We'll be busy, extra busy on Tuesday for the 14th. But it's definitely a busy day, and get here early.
So what are some of the most popular arrangements that you send for Valentine's?
I would say the dozen roses is probably the most popular, because it means love and people send them to their lovers. But people come in and get mixed arrangements. They get pink roses, they get white roses, they'll get all kinds of stuff.
Can you tell us how many flowers do you get in for Valentine's Day?
Right now we got 2,000 roses. That's what's about like a little less than 170 dozen, and then we'll order through the rest of the week.
So Angelo the Florist is a Haverhill institution. How long have you guys been here?
We've been at this location since 1967. We started in 1950 down where Market Basket is on Water Street.
And who's Angelo?
Angelo was my grandfather. He was a great guy. Everybody knew him in Haverhill,
But he must have loved flowers.
Oh, he sure did. He worked in a flower shop before, and then he went to the war, and then he came back and opened the flower shop.
So, Patrick, there is a secret meaning to all of these different flowers that most people probably don't know about. And maybe they're sending flowers, unintentionally sending the wrong message, or maybe they know what they want to say. So what are some of the flowers that you commonly send and their meanings?
Most people send red roses because they mean love. Some people send the white ones because it's like purity. Some people send yellow because that means friendship. Some people have their own meaning and they don't tell us, so we keep that a secret.
So you send the red roses to your romantic partner and yellow roses to your friends, white roses for purity. What about pink roses?
You might send pink to your mom. Pink's definitely popular for Mother's Day as well, so people might get them on for their mothers. I think people buy carnations and give it to someone just as a sign of friendship too, because it's like a nice gesture to give to somebody.
And then I heard calla lilies. You send them to someone because they're beautiful. So this is your saying, if I give you calla lilies, I say you are so beautiful to me.
Yes, because they're luxurious, and you're probably saying that person is luxurious and beautiful. Tulips, they mean perfect love. People give them to their wife or their husband or their significant other.
daisies mean innocence, and that's why, a lot of times children are associated with daisies.
Yep, people come in and order flowers. They'll order daisies and they'll give them to their children. And lilies are very popular for Easter time because they signify rebirth.
And then spring, right around the corner. So you get different flowers in the spring, right?
Yeah, well, we'll start seeing the tulips come in. You'll start seeing daffodils come in. You'll start seeing, forsythia and pussy willows will stop blooming, and you can cut that stuff in your yard. So
right.
We'll start seeing that stuff soon.
So there you have it, the perfect floral message for your sweetheart.
Now you know, red roses versus white roses, totally different meanings. Thanks to Patrick at ANGELO for having us in on one of the busiest days of the year. Crystal Lake in the northwestern part of the city has been a popular recreation spot and source of drinking water for many decades. Right now, the Essex County Greenbelt and the City Water Department is working to conserve 88 critical acres around the lake to protect the water supply and expand the Crystal Gorge Conservation Area. Here's what's going on and how you can help.
So we're standing on the Crystal Point Conservation Area, which is part of the city of Haverhill has a kind of a conglomerate of amazing conservation areas on the shores of Crystal Lake. There's Crystal Gorge, Crystal Point, and Crystal Shores, and each of those has trails that are maintained by the Haverhill Trails Committee. It's close to 400 acres of conserved land in this area on the shores of Crystal Lake that the city owns. So we have a Crystal Lake Conservation Initiative going. We are working with one family, the Meserve family, that owns 88 acres of land that they are preserving with Greenbelt. We are acquiring a 18.6 acre parcel. It's just on the north side of Crystal Street. We, with the city, are partnering to acquire a conservation restriction on 54 acres of land owned by the family, also on the north side of Crystal Street.
Vanessa approached us about obtaining a conservation restriction, approximately 53 acres, I believe, from a private property owner right near Crystal Lake. So the city was able to get a $250,000 grant to pay for the city's 50% of the conservation restriction. So we actually share that CR, as we refer to it, on that property.
Crystal Lake is a really important part of Haverhill's drinking water supply. And Haverhill has this incredible water supply. It's reliable, it's clean.
Leaving land in its natural state versus developing is the best way to protect the water quality of our drinking water supplies. Also, less stress on the treatment plant reduces treatment costs.
There's several reasons why open space is really important for Haverhill. One, of course, is to have beautiful places like this to go and recreate on, to go for hikes, to have that opportunity and not have it all be developed. The other really important factor, particularly as we're close to Crystal Lake itself, is the watershed protection. And so when land is developed, having houses, lawns, yards, that can all be potential negative runoff into our watershed area. And so keeping the land pristine with woodland forests, with just different vegetation on it, helps act as a filtration system and keeps our water cleaner than what it would be if we had lots of development, houses, septic systems, parking lots, things like that. This helps keep our resources clean and pristine.
Greenbelt is a member-supported land conservation organization. We've been around since 1961. We preserve scenic open spaces, working farmland, wildlife habitat, and where we can, we love to open up our properties free to the public to access for hiking, dog walking, trail running, cross-country skiing, all of that.
So Greenbelt is really happy to have the cooperation of the city with this Crystal Lake Conservation Initiative. The city really recognizes how important watershed conservation is, and we've been so enthused with how many local folks have come out in support of it, and we are still fundraising actively for this campaign. Our initial goal was to have 100 local donors. We've hit that. We were filling up our water glass for Haverhill. If you check that out on our website, it's really fun. But we are happy to keep overflowing that water glass. We are still looking to raise the final balance for this project. But having the local support and having people here in Haverhill know how important this project is an amazing thing. So please, if you can, any amount is a big help to donate to this project.
Learn more about the Crystal Lake Conservation Project or make a donation at ecga.org. Team Haverhill's Possible Dreams is coming up on Monday, March 20th at 7 p.m. This year, it is back fully in person at the NECC Tech Center. Registration for Possible Dreams begins today at Team Haverhill's website, teamhaverhill.org. As always, the event is free and open to the public, and light refreshments will be served. Don't miss this exciting community visioning event. It's always a good time. I go every year. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@haverhillcommunitytv.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our HC Media YouTube channel. And that's what's happening in Haverhill this month. We'll be back with a new episode in March. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.